Do you have all these symptoms and not know what is going on with you, and you're looking for answers, and maybe you just don't realize that you have insulin resistance? That's okay, because a lot of us have insulin resistance. And there are 6 easy steps that you can take to go from insulin resistant to insulin sensitive. So stay with me. Okay, so step number 1. We need to stop snacking. Snacking, as good as all that food is, the Oreos, the chips, cookies, as wonderful and tasty and yummy as they seem, they are holding us back from reversing our insulin resistance. Number 2, we need to build muscle. So that means we need to exercise. And I don't mean some extreme exercise. Me personally, I go for a walk with my kids after dinner. I ride my bike around the neighborhood. I'm not doing anything that's too intense. Just do what you can. Number 3, carbohydrates. So we all love our carbs, and we know you're going to have carbs, but you have to realize how to eat them. You need to be eating them at the end of your meal. So make sure that when you get your plate, you eat your fiber, then your protein, and then lastly your carbs. Number 4, we need to make sure we're getting plenty of sleep. And that means that we have to stop eating at least 3 to 4 hours before we go to bed to get better sleep. And establish a good nighttime routine. For me, I had to get my daughter out of my bed. And as much as I love her and love her cuddles, her kicking me all night was not beneficial to my sleep. But for you, maybe that's, hey, 30 minutes before I go to bed, I'm going to turn off my phone, turn off the TV, get your room as relaxing as possible. Number 5, time restricted eating. It has major benefits, and if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I am a huge fan for intermittent fasting, time restricted eating. Major benefits. Insulin resistance is not the only benefit of restricting the time in which you eat. And then number 6, we have to be getting enough protein and fiber. And if we're doing that, it's going to make every one of these other items so much easier. And the reason for this, when you eat protein and fiber, it makes you feel full longer. So you're not going to need to snack. And because you're not snacking, you're going to have a lot more energy to exercise. And then when you're eating your carbs at the end of your meal and you've already had your protein and fiber, you're going to be able to lower those insulin and glucose spikes. But even better, this feeling of satiety is going to make you sleep better because you're not going to need that late night snack. And with all of this, you're not going to struggle with intermittent fasting. It's going to be easier and easier.